What is up, chat? Today we're reacting to NBA Legends show the first time they faced Larry Bird. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We've been reacting to Larry Bird a good amount on this channel. And if you guys are new, you guys can go check that out. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. But as I was saying, we reacted to Larry Bird a good amount on this channel. Thanks to you guys. You guys been recommending me good videos to react to, and you guys been putting me on game. As you guys know, I'm Gen Z, so I really don't know anything about the 80s or the 90s or even the early 2000s. So it really helps a lot. So with that being said, let's get straight into the video.
He was the most motivated player I ever saw.
Okay.
He was one of the biggest trash talkers ever.
Bird, little fake down the lane. Oh, Larry Bird! What a play by Bird!
Every NBA great
You know what's so crazy? Before I even started to react to Larry Bird, I didn't even know that he really dunked like that. He does really dunk on people too.
has their Larry Bird story, and somehow they all sound like tall tales, except they're true.
He would do a head fake, or he would do this, and the guy would turn, and he would just fake the crap out of the guy.
Facing Larry Bird for the first time was like being handed a crash course in humility. Before you could process what was happening, Larry had already told you how he was going to score, done it, and then made you feel bad about it.
He hit it and looked at me. He was like, damn, I didn't mean to leave nothing on the clock.
This was Larry's world, and if you weren't ready, well, he'd make sure you knew it. Let's dive into the wildest stories NBA legends have about their first time facing the man, the myth, Larry Bird. Starting us off is Byron Scott. His introduction to Larry Bird was like stepping into a basketball masterclass on psychological warfare. His story is one of those moments that sounds like a myth, but is 100% real.
So we playing him in the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, you guys don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna go right over at that corner. He said, they're gonna set a screen for me. We're taking the ball.
You know what really is crazy to me? These stories, Larry Bird tells them what he's gonna do, and then he does it. In that trash talking video that we reacted to, he was saying how he's gonna do this, like he'll dribble between the legs and then he'll shoot it and he'll make it and you can't do nothing about it. And he actually did that, which is actually crazy to me.
He said, I'm gonna curl right over, and he's telling us to play. He's telling us to play before they even take it out. He said, I'm gonna go right over to that corner and I'm gonna catch it, and I'm gonna shoot it, and I'm gonna tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be. They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or
DJ,
the late great DJ.
Yeah.
Take the ball out, the man curl right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a three,
and
game over. It's like, are you effing kidding me? This is my Larry Bird story.
That's the thing about Larry. He didn't just beat you, he made sure you knew he was going to beat you before he did it. Then there's Dominique Wilkins, who learned very quickly that Larry Bird wasn't about to give you a warm welcome to the league.
It was shocking, and I'm a rookie, and I go up against, we small forwards because guys guarded each other back in Ireland. You couldn't duck each other. And so I go shake his hand.
I feel like the NBA do duck people now. Like, if somebody doesn't want to guard someone, they're just not going to play that game. I feel like that's a real thing. Let me know down below what y'all think about that.
And he put both hands behind his back. And I'm saying, okay, he getting his head ready to play. And first play of the game, he says, I don't know where they got you guarding me, Holmes. And he shoots a three.
What?
I was pissed. I said, I wasn't mad he hit the three, but this some bitch just called me Holmes. And so it's set up for a really interesting game. Because I remember one time I came down and I dunked it on him. He laying on the ground, he fouled me, and I'm pointing. And he said, hey, Rook. I said, what? He said, what? He said, I like you. You got, he said, you got balls, but I'm still going to get 30 on your ass. He got about 38, but I had to pay my dues. I wasn't up.
Did he just break your ankles and make that shot? Please, no. Please, did that actually just happen?
Upset about that because, back then, as a rookie, you got to pay your dues. Simple as that.
For Wilkins, it was about paying his dues, because back then, going up against Larry Bird was a rite of passage. Even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the ultimate Lakers competitor and a fierce rival of the Celtics, couldn't help but tip his cap to Larry Bird. Kareem remembered a game during Bird's first championship season that left such an impression, the sportscaster closed the broadcast by playing the Superman theme.
I remember the game he played against the Lakers the first year that the Celtics won the World Championship with him on the team. And he was ridiculous. He came on here. I remember our sportscaster played the Superman theme when he was talking about him that night after the game.
I've never seen something like that before. A Superman theme for an NBA player? That's just how you know he was probably the best in his generation. Do you guys have Magic over Larry, or you have Larry over Magic? Let me know down below. I'm genuinely curious about that.
Because he did everything, points, rebounds, assists, just steals, you name it. Larry has such a great mind for the game and, a great touch. I had a lot of respect for him as a competitor.
That's Kareem, one of the greatest to ever do it, giving Larry his flowers.
Oh, my.
50 3/4. I feel like he was taking his advantage on all the rookies that came in. If he knew a rookie was on him tonight, he's going for 60 or 50. Let me know down below. Did he actually go for that type of stuff on kids like that?
There's the white flag right now. Bird on the 20-year-old Kemp. Takes a follow-away. Oh, he's got 40.
He was hitting everything.
And he talked to me the whole entire game.
Wow.
What did he say?
Well, first of all, he asked me to jump ball. He said, "You the cat that broke all my records in high school, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." He goes, "Yeah, you the one that used to dunk my brother too, right?" Like, Eddie. And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." He said, "I got something for you tonight." So every shot he was calling, at the defensive end, he would tell me, he'd be like, "When I get down to the other end, I'm gonna pump face you, get a hand one on you, look at you, go off the glass." That's how cold Larry Bird was.
Patrick Ewing, on the other hand, grew up hearing about Larry Bird's supposed limitations. People in Boston would talk about how Larry couldn't jump.
Chat, this is genuinely insane. He's calling out stuff, and he's also just dropping them off. That's insane.
And how he wasn't the most athletic player on the court. But once Ewing actually faced him, he realized those rumors were a joke.
Manages to come up with it. Bird, little up fake. Basket will count a foul.
What a shot. Just took Patrick Ewing right out of the play.
If you guys want me to react to Patrick Ewing, let me know down below, because every time I see Patrick Ewing, he's on the other side. He's either getting destroyed or he's either getting dunked on. So let me know if you guys want me to react to Patrick Ewing highlights. I have no idea what he used to do in the NBA.
Back up to where the
Ewing shared his epitome on the Dan Patrick Show, laughing as he recalled his reaction to seeing Bird in action for the first time.
You know, I remember, like I was saying, growing up in Boston, people all used to always talking about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. And, a lot of my friends was like that, So, I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, all that trash that you were talking, you need to squash all that. This man is great. He can, whatever you were saying for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody.
So your guys are saying, how can you let this guy?
Oh, he's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on the best defensive players in the league.
Yeah.
Bird was rewriting the rules. Ewing's call home was a warning to the rest of the league. Larry Bird was the real deal. For John Salley, his firsthand encounter with Larry Bird is the kind of story that makes you laugh and cringe at the same time. Imagine being a 6'11" forward, thinking you've got this, only for Larry to stroll up and remind you just how wrong you are.
He would be like, "Man, too bad we didn't get you, Sal." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Y'all double me tonight when I get the ball in the wing?" I said, "Nah, man, straight up." He goes, "Y'all ain't double teaming me?"
Like, what's wrong with y'all?
"Nah, I got you, dog. You don't like height." He goes, "Mouse in the house."
And you 6'11".
And they lifted. He walked me down to the post, got the ball. He said, "You better ask for a double team, Sal."
Talking to you the whole time.
And he would move at his speed. I don't care how fast you think you are.
Right.
Larry Legend didn't care how tall or how fast you thought you were. He played at his pace, with his moves, and always ended up with the upper hand. Brian Shaw had heard all the talk about Larry Bird before joining the Celtics. He's just a white guy who can't jump, not athletic, not that good. And just like many before him, Shaw assumed Larry's dominance was exaggerated until, of course, he saw it.
So basically, every player that played him for the first time had some type of rumor spread that he couldn't jump, he couldn't really do anything on the court, but he can shoot and all that. And he just proved them wrong while trash talking. Is that basically what it means? Like, I'm confused. I'm not confused, but let me know down below what y'all think.
Firsthand.
I was like, man, they letting this white boy who can't jump, who's not athletic, kill him like that. He ain't that damn good until I got there.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the first practices, he told me and Reggie Lewis, he said, I want to play you guys 1-on-2. up to 7, right? And so, like, come on, man. He was like, the only catch is I get the ball first. So me and Reggie look at each other. We like, yeah, all right, man, whatever. So the next thing you know, it's 6-0.
Yeah.
Right? We ain't even touched the ball yet. He hits his first 6 shots.
Yeah.
So when it got to be 6-0 and we go into 7, we like, because it would be like one of us would guard him and another one would be ready to try to get the rebound. So we was like, fuck that. We double teamed him. He finally missed. We got the ball. And then we just kind of played keep away from him. We end up coming back and winning 7-6. So then I was like, and that was one.
He made a 6-0 lead on 2 people, 2 NBA players. Larry Bird is different.
One of my early experiences with him, I was like, okay, all right, he got a little bit more than what I thought he had. Then when we started playing, he was cooking everybody, but talking shit and telling them about it.
And if there's one thing Larry Bird couldn't stand, it was being disrespected, especially when it came to who was guarding him. Isaiah Thomas learned this the hard way and shared the hilarious story on the All the Smoke podcast.
Now, our back line at one time, it was Kelly Tripucka, Bill Laimbeer, Ken Benson. 3 white dudes.
2 of them I ain't ever heard of.
Okay. All right. So we walk out on the court and he said, who guarded me? And I said, well, hey, you know, we both from Indiana. We talking stuff. Me and his mom had a close relationship in college. His mom would write me like notes, was even writing me notes like when I was in the pros, like, you know, good luck, everything else, right? So Larry used to always call me Cheesy, right? He's like, Cheesy, who guarded me? And I was like, you know, I got Kelly, I got Lamb, I got Benson. He's like, you ain't got no brothers? He's like you. He's like you.
Disrespecting me.
That's what he said.
Straight up.
That's exactly what he said. He said, hey, man, you can't put no white dude on me.
Hey.
That is straight disrespect, right? He said, don't put no white dude on me.
Reggie Miller also found himself on the wrong side of Larry Bird's sharp tongue during a tense late-game moment. In his book, I Love Being the Enemy, Reggie tells the story of how, as a rookie, he thought he could rattle Larry at the free throw line. Big mistake. Reggie, trying to disrupt Larry's focus.
Let me know if you guys want me to react to it. Let me know if you guys want me to react to Reggie Miller also, because Reggie Miller, I heard he's a crazy trash talker also himself.
Starts talking trash, but Bird doesn't just ignore him. He locked eyes with Reggie and delivered a cold, calculated response. Rook, I am the best shooter in the league. In the league, understand? And you're up here trying to tell me something? And with that, Larry sank the first free throw like it was a layup in practice. Still staring Reggie down, he stepped back up, drained the second shot, and walked away without a word. But for Nolan Richardson, his introduction to Larry didn't come from a highlight reel or a big NBA moment.
Going back, I never forget driving, and I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State playing Indiana State. I don't really care about the game, but New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP. And we're big rivalries, so I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right, Bird. He makes the strike, Bird. I said, God damn, who is Bird?
Bird's just unstoppable. I feel like I used to not think he was that good, but a lot has changed in the week, guys. I'm starting to think he's one of the best of all time.
Bird, here's Bird, and Bird this, and Bird. Oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. And when the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play. Hey, let me tell you something. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn.
Even in his early days, Larry carried an aura of inevitability, as if success was his destiny and everyone else was just there to watch it unfold. Richardson's words capture something deeper about Bird. He was a force that shaped the sport in ways people couldn't always articulate. You didn't just see or hear Larry Bird play, you felt it. And if anyone knows a thing or two about trash talk, it's Gary Payton. But even the glove himself.
You guys told me that Gary Payton is the best trash talker of all time. I don't know. I don't know if he's a better trash talker than Michael Jordan or Larry Bird. But you guys let me know your thoughts down below.
Had to bow down to Larry Bird's legendary gift of gab. Payton doesn't hand out compliments easily, but when it comes to trash talkers, Bird was at the top.
Chuck Person talked a lot of gangster shit. Bird used to tell me, look here, man, I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open. All that shit. He was the coldest dude I ever seen with that shit, man. Everybody be talking about these greats. They don't be always mentioning him. He was the shit.
Person stuffed him and had something to say afterwards.
He'll give it to you any way he wanted to. Any way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold. Cold dude, man, real cold.
Person didn't dare look at him.
Chuck works for me in the summer. He mows my yard.
What?
So I see him every day.
And of course, Bird did exactly that. The man wasn't just running his mouth, he was writing the script and making sure you stuck to it.
Did he just pressure him into calling timeout? Did he just pressure him into doing that?
Terrell Brandon also had his fair share of run-ins with Larry Legend, and he didn't hold back in describing the experience. For Brandon, it wasn't just about Bird's physical dominance. His mental warfare was equally devastating.
How can a person jump this high and out-rebound you? How can a person just move you that way and make you a deficiency?
Larry Bird got him starstruck. Larry Bird scared him. I could just tell the stories about it be crazy.
Right. How can a person jump and just, when we practice, he would be running around Boston Garden while we was practicing.
That was psychological.
And we was watching him running around in the Boston Garden. And it was like, why are you running?
Brandon recalls one game against the Cleveland Cavaliers that still gives him chills. Bird was on fire, hitting shots so precisely, it was almost unfair.
Bird behind the back.
It was 91-92 season, and we was playing the Boston Celtics. It was Bird, McHale, Parrish, the great three, Ainge, and we was up 1. Okay. He said, "Who's guarding me?" As we come out of timeout. Now remember, I'm a rookie because Price is out because he hurt.
Right.
He says, "Who's guarding me?" I says, "Craig Elo." He said, "Why you got that white boy on me?" Don't put no white boy on me.
He said that was the most.
Now remember, Larry Bird is white.
Right.
He said, "I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna get in the corner. Dennis Johnson gonna pass it to me and I'm gonna hit the last second shot and it's over."
Come on, man.
So I'm like, I told Joe Wilkins, I said, hey man, listen, the ball is going to Larry Bird. Everybody knows the ball's going to Larry Bird. Right. Just do whatever you can. Craig, Gerald, just cover him. Right. All Bird did was go like this. See, it's leverage. It's not how strong you are sometimes. It's leverage. Yeah. He said, now look how hard that is. Yeah. Now somebody strong can go, yeah. Right? Right. Yeah. Right. You see how your demeanor went? That's all I need.
Nah,
TV.
that's
Right.
Chat, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is actually insane. The way he's like explaining the story, you can tell that he actually thought about this for a long time. He was genuinely scared.
Space against the ball. Yeah. And you know his fingers was all broke. Right. He hit the shot. All his Kevin McHale, all them, Randy Whitman, all them were jumping on, right? He was getting them off of him like this. He walked off and said, legend.
And then there's the time college star Rodney Rogers thought it'd be a good idea to trash talk Bird. Big mistake. As Jamal Mashburn recalls, Bird didn't just respond, he turned it into an event.
When we got an invitation, it was 8 of us. It was myself.
An event? Before we get into this, an event?
Bobby Hurley, Allen Houston, Chris Webber, Rodney Rogers, Eric Montrose.
Shout out Rodney Rogers, man. Shout out to OG.
Yeah. And Grant Hill was on that squad. So we get to La Jolla, San Diego, and we check into the Marriott. We go up to our floor, and we're walking in the corridor, and we see this tall white guy coming down the hall. And I'm like, damn, that looked like Larry Bird. So Larry Bird coming down the hallway, me and Chris Webber, and Larry Bird, you don't realize how big Larry Bird is until you stand up close to Larry Bird.
Exactly.
Larry Bird, legit 6'10".
Real talk. When I first stood up against him when he was coaching the pace, I was like, damn.
So if he's 6'10", he's literally Kevin Durant before Kevin Durant, basically.
So he walked by us and he says, y'all those college guys? And we was like, yeah, we the college guys. And he looked at us and he said, get some fucking rest. It's going to be a long week, and walked off. What? And we was like, what the hell?
What y'all got us into?
Yeah, I'm like, okay. We like, all right, what's going on here?
I wanted to say what's up, and he just came to me like this, like, damn.
Yeah. So the next morning, we get up and we go to practice, and Roy Williams is our coach, but we only got 8. So we like, well, how are we practicing? And what are we practicing for? So we spent, I want to say, an hour doing the 3-man weave. And I'm like, what's going on here? Then they bus us to another location where the dream team is practicing. And these about 400 people standing outside waiting for the dream team to come out. They take us up to a top floor, and the dream team is practicing. They're finishing up their practice. And then they say, all right, get loose and stretch out. We're like, okay, we playing? They're like, yeah, we're going to play next. So we get out the gates. Like the first 15 minutes, we kicking their ass.
What?
we running them all out.
Wait, they were kicking. Wait, the dream team? Is he talking about the dream team?
Bobby Hurley in the lane, killing John Stockton. Wow. So they stopped the game and turn off the score. I think we were up like 72, 66 or something, 64, something like that. They just stopped the game. So we like, all right, was this halftime or some shit? They like, nah, the press coming in. So I'm like, oh wow. So that's when the thing came out that Chuck Daly let us win. Because they didn't want to hold a complete game because they knew it was gonna be downhill from there. Because we were trying to prove that we could represent the country. Yeah. So we lit their ass up, and then something happened.
So basically, they let them beat them. But then, what? So they acted like they lied to them the whole time.
We're sitting there, and we get back to the hotel. Rodney Rogers says something to, it's a group of them. It's Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and everybody's shooting the shit. And Rodney Rogers said, "Hey, Larry, you ain't hit a jumper since 84. Magic heard that shit. And we ain't think nothing of it. The next day we came in, and I never seen this. And this one I was like, this is a different breed. Magic Johnson fed Larry Bird the ball probably about 8 times in a row down court. Larry Bird got the ball on Rodney Rogers, and every time he was about to make a move, he told him what he was going to do. One dribble, pull up, going left.
Magic Johnson snitched. If Magic Johnson didn't snitch, you would have never got whooped that bad.
Off glass. One dribble going right, spin, shot, bucket. He scored 9 times or 8 times in a row, left the court to go lay down because he couldn't sit on a bench. He had to lay down because of his back. And said, "Young fella, look like 84, huh?"
Last time he made
Rogers probably regretted that comment immediately. With all these legendary accounts, one thing becomes crystal clear. Larry Bird wasn't just respected, he was revered. As Brazilian legend Oscar Schmidt put it,
"It's too easy to have Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant as an idol. The guy flies around and do whatever he wants. It's too easy. My guy doesn't run, doesn't jump, and play the best of everybody else. He's here."
It really is insane how Larry Bird doesn't really dunk. He doesn't jump super high, but he somehow destroys his defender. It's actually insane.
This is my idol, the best player ever, in my opinion.
Bird's legacy is built on moments like these. Iconic, unrepeatable, and absolutely legendary. And if you want to dive deeper into more incredible Larry Bird stories, hit play on this next video.
Chat, we really got to talk about this. Genuinely, Larry Bird is something else. Like, for his first time playing a lot of these NBA players, him to do these things to these guys, to welcome them to the NBA or just welcome them to himself, is actually insane. Props to him. I'm not gonna lie. You guys recommended me a W video, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, because unfortunately it is the end of the video. So make sure to recommend me some more stuff though. But other than that, I'll catch y'all next time. Yes, sir.